Hi, I'm Allie Shaw, the director of Prosper Project. And I'm going to be honest with you today. I hate math. Hate it. Seriously. I always have been scared of it and probably always will be. But even though I'm scared of it personally, it makes me super, super proud when my kids do well in math. So let me tell you what happened just a couple of years ago with one of my kids when she came home with her math test. We were driving home from school when she told me she made 100 on her math test. And of course, I was super excited. I'm so proud of you. That's so awesome. And I told her, well, maybe you should tell your dad about it when he gets home because he helped you with the homework. Well, and she said, well, actually, God helped me. And I was like, you mean God helped you through your dad? And she was like, no, I mean God did actually. And I was like, oh, okay, well, how? And she looked straight at me and said, because I started praying as soon as I heard that my dad was going to help me with it. So she is my child. And if math scares you or trying to figure it out with your dad scares you, don't worry. I'm not going to talk about math that much today. I am going to talk about it, but not as someone who understands it, because I really don't with a lot of the complex algebra and things, but as someone who appreciates the expertise of those who do it. So if you love math, though, you have my never-ending admiration. I don't understand you, but I do love and respect you, so take that for what it's worth. We'll get into math in just a minute. Today, we're asking the question, what is Bitcoin backed by? And I think in order to answer this question, we really need to explore what we mean by backed by. Usually when people ask that question, they mean things like who determines its value? Can I use it to buy things with? Things like that. So let's take the US dollar, for example. What is the US dollar backed by? The answer is institutions. We put our trust in the government and central banks to make sure our money holds its value and can be used to buy things. This is what you call institutional security. It's a system that relies entirely on human management and authority. Now, to be clear, I'm not against human management and authority, but if history has taught us anything, and I was a history major in school, it's taught us that the systems that we use must have checks and balances on human greed. So the question is, are our checks and balances in the U.S. monetary system holding human greed at bay from those who control the system? And often that depends on who you ask. And again, it's not that I'm inherently against institutions or anything like that. What I'm against is power concentrated in the hands of a few people without proper checks and balances on that power. Because without checks and balances, human greed eventually takes over. So if we know that the systems we use need to keep human greed in check, how does Bitcoin do that? And you've probably already guessed the answer from my story at the beginning, through math. Oh, and cryptography, and a set of transparent rules that no one can change. Remember how the U.S. monetary system is based on institutional security? The institutions confirm or reverse transactions. Well, the Bitcoin monetary system is actually based on economic security. Once a transaction is finalized, again, through math and cryptography, it is virtually impossible to reverse because of the economic cost. So what does that mean? Well, say I want to buy your car using Bitcoin. Who makes sure that that Bitcoin gets to you? Well, the Bitcoin software does, kind of like email. You initiate an email and the email programs make sure that that email gets to you. Not only does the system ensure your Bitcoin is sent where you want it, it also builds transactions on top of your transaction. That means that to reverse one transaction means reversing all of the transactions built on top of it. And that would be expensive to do. nation states couldn't afford to do it kind of expense. So anyway, the point here is that institutional security can be reversed. It's based on human decisions, which, as we know, are often influenced by greed. And that means that money can be denied, or transactions can be reversed, or your account can be frozen. So Bitcoin takes the human element out of finalizing transactions. It's your money. You spend it however you want. And economic security ensures that your transaction won't be tampered with. So what is Bitcoin backed by? Economic security, based on math, cryptography, and the rules of the system. So for more info on exactly how Bitcoin uses math and cryptography to secure transactions, check out Inventing Bitcoin by Jan Pritzker. As always, I'm Allie Shaw. This is Prosper Project. Like, subscribe, and follow for more content.